Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick, and I'm a financial analyst in OLYMP TRADE. Welcome to our stream, Trading Psychology. So we are going to look at the most interesting mistakes and bias, yes, which can happen to us and which we can make during our trading or during our trading operations. Yes. Well, as usual, I would like to ask you to help me with checking the sound and the video. If everything's okay, if there are no technical problems at all, so please let me know somehow in the chat. Greet me somehow, write something, type something, and we will start discussing our today's topic. Okay, so thank you very much. Hello, Bright Anthony. So I need a good mentor. Well, uh, unfortunately, I don't give private lessons. Yeah, so that's for sure. But I would like to recommend you to visit our streams. Well, maybe so you will learn something new. Well, and that would be really, really great. Okay, guys. So again, so tell me please if everything's okay with the sound and the video. Well, okay, so in this case, so I'm going to start here. So if there are any technical problems, so please just let me know in the chat. Kira, no, this is global channel, so unfortunately, this stream is only for, so now it's for English speaking countries. Yeah, so for India mostly. So if you want to come, so you can come at 6 o'clock Moscow time, so it will be streamed on Russian channel and in Russian language. Hello. Okay, well, that's great. So now let's go to, well, at first, guys, at first, I'm going to show you the presentation, and first we're going to discuss, well, just one bias. Well, after that, so if you have any questions, well, of course, I will be ready to answer, and not just about psychology, but about anything you want. Yeah, so any questions you want. So, well, at first we're going to discuss the following bias. It's really short and it's really simple. This is called status quo bias. So, guys, well, at first, so let me just change the size of this picture. Okay, and again, return back to the presentation. So what is status quo bias? So actually, this is the tendency to follow the previous opinion without considering the changed situation. So, well, actually, this is some type of emotional attachment to position. Of course, well, speaking about people, so we all want to be right. Yes, so we don't want to make mistakes. Yes, and this is especially true for men. Yes, so less for women, for example. Yes, so well, speaking about women traders. Yes, so usually it happens that they are more successful than men traders. Yes, because they don't have such thing. They don't have such bias. Yes, well, as status quo bias, for example. Yes, so they are more flexible. So well, so that is why. So if the trader is emotionally attached to his position, of course he cannot be flexible. Yeah, so he cannot change his opinion. And so, well, in this case, guys, in this case, well, everything can happen. So, for example, a trader buys something. So, for example, a trader bought Apple shares, and so well, Apple shares started falling down. Yes, well, in this case, well, a trader he could refuse to sell it. Yeah, so because actually he could be emotionally attached to these exact shares, and that is really really bad. Well, the same is true. Well, for example, speaking about options, the same is true for trends, for example. So let's imagine that you are following like the main trend, and the trend is bullish. So you start buying assets because the trend is bullish and actually you are doing right. But after a while, the trend changes. Yeah. So for example, it becomes bearish. Well, in this case, well, some of the traders they could start still buying because they don't want to change their opinion. Yes. So they still think that actually the market is not right. Yes, so I'm right but the market is not. Yes, and actually this is a really typical mistake. Well, as for the real life, guys, well, there was an experiment about horse racing, and well, several people were asked. Yes, so it was some type of a poll. And actually, so what did it show? That those who have already made a bet on horse racing consider that their chances are higher than those who are going to do it. Yes. So, for example, so before you make a bet, so if somebody asks you about your chances, so you can tell, for example, like 50-50. Yeah. So if you don't understand anything in horse racing, so you can say, okay, so my chance is like 50-50. But after you make a bet, yes, you can consider your chances higher. Yeah, so this is really, really possible. The same is true, for example, for Concorde planes. When Concorde planes were invented, yes, so not invented, but when countries started build them, yes, so it was, well, I guess these were France and the United States, I guess. Well, after a while, so they found out that actually the price on this plane is really, really high. Yes, but still they decided to finish this project regardless the amount of money which they have to pay. So this is status quo bias, so we tend to follow the previous opinion. Well, I hope that this is clear actually, and so this mistake is really simple. So let me make my photo, my picture a little bit bigger. Yes, and return back to the chart. So if you have any questions, so please don't hesitate to ask. Well, most of the decisions, well, that is really so. Yeah, so actually, um well, there is such type of mistake. Well, this is actually status quo bias too. But a trader, so he is trading and he is trying to, to persuade the market that he's right. Yes. So now I know that the trend is bullish. Yes. So now I have to buy. Yes. So the price has to rise. So just the trader is trading and he's trying to persuade, yes, so that he is right. But actually, the market does not know anything about the traders at all. Yes, and the market does not know about this exact trader. Yes, so well, it all depends on the price. It all depends on different situations. Yes, on different traders, on the amount of money which is on the market, and so that is why. So we cannot trade just persuading the market that we are right. So this is true. Okay, guys. Well, any questions? Well, from Pakistan. Well, greetings to Pakistan too. Well, that's great. That's great that you are here. Well, I hope that this information is useful. Or from Philippines. Well, that's great too. Um, I hope that my accent is not too bad. Yes, so that you can understand me. Yes, and understand my English. It's not my native language, but anyway, so I hope that everything is clear. How can we predict forex trading? Well, this is a really good. Well, as for markets analysis, yes. So well, you know that there are two types of them. Yes. So fundamental and technical. And well, speaking about like fundamental analysis, we have to pay attention to the news. Yeah, so for example, if we switch, well, I'm sorry, this is in Russian, so let me switch into English. So this is my account, this is my trading platform, my profile. Yeah, so let's say so. So let's go to analytics, guys. So, well, speaking about fundamental analysis, so we are trying to forecast the news. Yeah, so for example, today, just in several minutes, we will see, not in several minutes, in 1 hour, we will see retail sales in the US. Yes, in the US. And okay, so we try to forecast so what the facts will be. Yeah, so for example, if it's higher or lower than the forecast. Yeah, so the movements on the markets, it all depends on the facts. So this is fundamental analysis. So for example, people who prefer shares, yes, who prefer to trade to buy, for example, like Microsoft shares, McDonald's shares, like Coca-Cola shares, of course they have to analyze companies' reports. Yeah, so how much money the company made, for example, for the previous quarter. Yes, and they compare different reports for different periods of time. So they try to give their own forecast for the future. Yeah, so this is fundamental analysis. As for technical analysis, it's a little bit simpler, but it's actually this is only an impression that it is simpler. So, well, speaking about technical analysis, guys, so let me show the picture to you. So, for example, let's imagine that the price is getting up. Yeah, so it rises, it goes down. It rises, it goes down. So it rises, it goes down, and so now you know that actually because this pattern repeats itself. Yeah. So for example, here, yes, it went up, and here it went up. Yes. So you can forecast. Yeah. So you assume that well, in these exact points the price will go up again and you start buying. So this is technical analysis, for example. So you can use, for example, different indicators like moving averages, yes, or like RSI, MACD. So there are plenty of them, yes, just to forecast the further movement of the price. But as for me personally, guys, well, I beg you to use different time frames. It is crucial to use different time frames. So, for example, if you trade on 5 minutes time frame, yeah, it is definitely for you to at least to look at 10 minutes, at least. Why so? Because usually trends can be totally different on different time frames, and you have to take this into consideration. Okay. Hello. Well, okay. New buy was OLYMP. Well, welcome. Start with demo account first. Yes, and don't forget that trading is quite risky, so you can lose your money. So just be careful. Okay. How to predict abruptly changing second to second? It's almost impossible, unfortunately. Uh, Speaking about like the news, look, we can try to predict the facts. Yeah, so we can try to predict the facts. So, for example, as for retail sales, guys, yes. So here, well, I assume, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I cannot be like for 100% sure, but I assume that the facts can be higher than the forecast. Why so? Because, well, speaking about retail sales in the United States, well, I cannot say that it was bad. Yes, so during November, for example, we have like Red Book research, which is published every week. Yes, and Red Book shows that well, people they did not stop consuming less. Yes, so they are still buying. Yes, so they're still buying something, and so now we can assume that the facts can be higher. If it is so, well, actually, there can be changing in the price. So if we see the deviation between the facts and the forecast, yes, well, in this case, well, we can assume that dollar will rise. Yes, so, but we will see, of course. Well, we cannot be for 100% sure. Speaking about technical analysis, so here we can use levels. Yes, so as it is here. Yeah, so for example, so we can use like trend line as a support level here, you see, So I assume that the price will change the direction when it touches this level, yes. But here, guys, there is one thing which I have to pay attention to. So actually, in my opinion, it is almost impossible and it's quite risky to try to catch all tops or bottoms. Yeah. So mostly traders they make mistakes like these. So for example, they try to sell exactly at the top of the market, or they try to buy exactly at the bottom of the market, and it is quite risky. This is quite risky. Well, in my opinion, what is better to do? So you wait till the price starts its movement. So you are not buying at the bottom. Yes. So while the price is touching the line, you are buying when the price starts moving, well, following your direction. Yes. So following your forecast. Well, in this case, this is less risky in this case. Yes. It means that the market, well, it confirms your assumptions. Okay. So, well, I hope that this is clear. Any other questions about trading psychology, about indicators? Well, anything you want. Um, I am ready to answer. Well, I hope that I will answer your questions. Hello, hello. Yeah, so actually we are uh, on a home straight. Yeah, so let's say so we are finishing. But still, if you have just any questions you want to ask, so we have just several minutes, and well, I can try to answer them. Okay. hmm Well, okay, guys. Well, in this case, well, I hope that this information was useful. Oh well, Ishimoku Cloud. Mm. Actually, this is look, it is definitely better for you to visit our stream about Ishimoku. So this question is really, really like deep. Yeah. So let's say so it takes time to explain like the features of Ishimoku. Ishimoku, this is quite complicated indicator. We have a special strategy which is based on Ishimoku clouds. Well, I guess it is called like Japanese Pearl. So you can visit our streams and for example, my colleague Alex, so he will tell you about Ishimoku, okay? The best time to trade with option. Well, in my opinion, guys, well, speaking about options, definitely just try to use higher time frames. Yeah, so mostly traders prefer to trade on minutes. Yes, but in my opinion, this is really really risky. Yeah, so well, speaking about minutes, like there is like plenty of movements which can be called as a noise. Yeah, so for example, so here I cannot see any trends. You see, so this is just 5 minutes. This is just 5 minutes. I don't see any trends. So I cannot predict so what will happen with the price. Yeah, please just switch into higher time frames. Well, in my opinion, 1 hour at least. Yeah. Uh, in this case, it is definitely better. So you have time to think, you have time to analyze, you have time to open your trades. Yeah. And technical analysis works better on higher time frames. So just please don't try to make money fast. It's almost impossible. Okay. I observe that daily news come to my mail. It works just opposite maximum time. Um, Unfortunately, I don't understand the question. So what do you mean by opposite maximum time? So can you just reformulate a little bit so I don't understand? Opposite maximum time, it means what? So what to do in flat trends? Well, guys, as for flats, I don't like them. That's for sure. So I try not to trade on flats. But unfortunately, flats take, well, approximately like 70% of on the market. So what to do? Actually, you can use oscillators. Oscillators. Well, in flats, well, the price it moves up and down, up and down. So it looks like you see some type of pendulum. Yeah. So it's like swinging up and down, up and down. Well, in this case, well, speaking about speaking about oscillators, oscillators work great in flats. So, for example, let's look at, well, let's use investing. So if we look at, okay, so let's take euro US dollar. So for example, and this area, yeah, so here, well, the price moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down. So if we choose, for example, like a moving average, yes, so you will see that moving average is uh, well, it is moving sideways, yeah, so it does not show anything. So it's impossible to trade by using the moving average. Well, in this case, yes, well, as far as you understand, yes, well, in this case, I can use oscillators. So, for example, there is such oscillator as Williams percent R. Yeah, so here, for example, look, so the price moves up and Williams percent R moves up too. Yeah, and now it is in overbought zone. So when it starts moving down and when it starts intersecting the higher level, it gives me the signal to sell. So for example, so here I can sell. Yes, so the price starts moving down. Yeah, and Williams percent R starts moving down too, and so on and so on. So you just try to use like other indicators. But in my opinion, of course, well, to work in flats, it's quite risky. Well, that's for sure, and you have to learn how to do this. hmm From Morocco. Well, greetings to Morocco. Well, okay, guys. Okay, guys. So, I hope that this information was useful. I hope that you will use it. Yes, and of course, I would like to wish you a good, a profitable trading session, and of course, to have a good rest during your weekends. And visit our streams, follow us on YouTube and on Facebook too, and see you again. Bye bye.